501. Let me turn some audio down here. I got a whole lot of audio up in here. Hey, 501, let me say hello to you one time while you get that mall down coming out of the Bighorn. Radio station, motor mouth mall, working the small ball peen hammer. Trying to mess around a little bit here and see what Mother Nature got up her sleeve. Motor mouth mall, working the small ball peen hammer, stepping right there, right now, breaker.
Motor mouth mall, how you doing, my friend? Yeah, I'm heading back to California now. Once again, talking to you real good in the middle of Texas. 10-4.
10-4, you're making a good trip in the mobile out there. You no doubt about that. You got that thing walking and talking, coming out of Texas, heading back into California, eh? Definitely good to hear you out there doing your thing in the world of sound. Motor mouth ball looking your way one time. We're trying to work this doggone, work the bugs out of this thing. Hey, you know, we always got a bug, their breaker.
10-4, motor mouth mall. Great talking to you, my friend. Always good to talk to you. Boy, you sound like you're sitting next to me between me and my wife here. You have a great day, motor mouth mall. D-Diver 501, we're going to send you some 73s and that hello wave. You have a great one. We shall talk to you later. Motor Mouth Mall. D-Diver 501 mobile, we back on the side reading the mail. Standing by. We out.
Ken, and you're sounding real good, too, by the way. I got a quick playback for you.
You have a great one. We shall talk to you later. Motor Mouth Mall. D-Diver 501 mobile, we back on the side reading the mail. Standing by. We out.
That's what I'm talking about right there. You got that hammer down, breaker.
Thanks, Motor Mouth Mall. You have a great one now. We'll talk to you a little later. We out.
Okay, we'll see you. Take care. 7-3, mobile safely, and we'll do it again another time, another way on down to Helix. Oh, Motor Mouth Mall working a small ball peen hammer. Stepping back. I'll see you. Bye. Bye.
That Magnolia Station. Come on back, D-Diver 501. We waiting.
And this is, let's see here, where's RF gain? Oh, hold on a second. RF gain. There it is. Okay, RF gain down. All right, there we go. We're back out. Sounds like on the YouTube feed. Sounds pretty good. And on this receiver, it sounds just a hair. No, it sounds a little bit weird on this receiver. It sounds fuzzy. And then when I move my hands, I'm gonna move this over here. A bit of that. See what that does. Oh, that sounds better. All right. I guess I was overloading the input of my local receiver. Good morning over there, Richard. Good to see you up in there. Hope everything is all well and swell, the break. Mother Nature's been getting kind of a late start lately, I guess. So we're going to see if Mother Nature does something a little bit differently today than she did yesterday. I don't know. Oh well. Hello, 1111111111112. Right there. Yeah, we're just messing around, everybody. Good morning, 780 Florida. Man, I'm already a quarter of the way through a cup of coffee, and I only heard one station in my radio, 501 over there in the Mobile, in Texas. The only station in my radio, was a Mobile. So, I don't know what Mother Nature's got in store.
Mother Nature is not playing fair. You know really want
You're right about that. Mother Nature is not playing fair. Not today, not right now. Let me roll the tube emulation all the way down. Hello, test. 1, 2, 3. All the way down, and then we'll roll it up a little bit more. Right there, just enough to make it grungy. Hello, test. 1, 2. Yeah, I don't like it all the way up there like that. All right, I'm back on the side.
Come on back, 501. I didn't hear you. I didn't have any ears. Come on back. I definitely heard you that time. Superman, yeah, good to talk to you again, man. Yeah, you coming through that time. The conditions are very spotty, but I got you, Superman. Sounded good as usual when you come through.
Should tell Superman I said hello. If you could do me a big old favor there at 501 and tell Superman radio station Motormouth Mall's waving I got down.
Hey, Superman, Motormouth Mall, and he's waving at you, trying to reach out to you, Superman.
I appreciate you rolling that 5. I appreciate you rolling that 5. Ain't no doubt about that. Keep the kryptonite off his doorstep I got down.
No problem, Motormouth Mall. You know I do what I can to get that information out there, my brother. Good talking to you. I'm standing by.
410. Like you, me too. I'm back out. Appreciate it. Never gave it much thought, but I think I'm going to run a standby switch into the studio for each one of the 3 different amplifiers. You got the pre-driver and the driver and the big box, and all of them have standby switches, but they're all in the other room, so it'd be nice to be able to shut off, 1 or 2 of them every now and again, or all 3 of them if I want, from here without having to get up out of the chair. Too much exercise, is not good for a person. Guess I'll let the Watergate roll for a while, see if Mother Nature comes to life, and in the meantime, in between times, I'm going to shut down the transmit side of this thing and go look around for some wire and maybe some switches and maybe a relay or 2 or 3, and I'll be back. From Motormouth Mall, stepping. Y'all have a good day. Your West Coast Beast got down.
Greetings to you, Motormouth Mall. We'll talk to you later.
1073. Mobile safely. We'll catch you back in a bit on your way back to California. Motormouth Mall, stepping, and I'm out.
take the no swing, no field, man. We got to let them put something down, let them put something. That's what I'm trying to say, man.
Now you need to send me some specs down here, there, okay?
Oh, radio. Oh, radio. Cisco, San Paulo, Mobile, I'm reading the mail. got down. Yankee boy, Cisco, San Fran, Mobile, got down. Got down.
Nationwide, good news, Lake City, Florida. Hello, 121212. Good news downtown Lake City, Florida on this week's Station 7. Hey, 938, what in the world you doing down here, man? We ain't got no conditions on the West Coast. Hey, 938, I'm out here on this J-pole, about 90 feet in the sky, man. Hello to you, 938 out west. Good news on the sandy shores is right back. Come on. Yeah, Terra 938. Okay, mighty fine. Well, I'm glad to know you can hear my radio out there. At least I know this J-pole is working, man. I know the radio's working, the J-pole is working, and you're sounding good in the hood. I guarantee told you that. Top of the good day to you. Wishing you and the family well out that way. Hey, 938, your friend over here on the east side on this J-pole is pulling back. Well, I guess conditions come and conditions go. Good news downtown Lake City, Florida. I'm going on. Tenfold, 938. We'll catch you later. Good news on the pile 7.
I thought I heard good news up in there.
What's going on, Big Bad John? I'm out here on the worldwide J-pole today. Big Bad John, talk to me.
Well, the worldwide J-pole is working. Good to see you up in there. What's going on today to break? How are things treating you over there?
Whole lot of static in the attic, man. Ain't no conditions. Whole lot of static in there, but I'm doing well, man. That's for doggone sure. Even the Wi-Fi ain't working right over here right now. I think my tower's down over here. Hey, Big Bad John, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I got you up in there real good, and yeah, you're right, a whole lot of static in the attic, that's for doggone sure. I was hoping to hear a little bit more DX out there today, but I got a little bit this morning to Texas, to a mobile, and that was about all. So, yeah, I haven't heard much anything till I heard you rolling up in there, so that's a good thing. I'd take something over nothing any day, you know. Hello, Sheriff of Nottingham, I see you over there. Motormouth Mall looking at YouTube, and yeah, we got things squared away over here a little bit. I did a bit of tuning and testing, and I kind of like what I got going on now. So anyway, now we're just doing some operating to make sure it works. You know, burn the cobwebs out, that kind of thing. And listening to that super fine sounding audio you got rolling up in here. Oh, dear, nationwide good news. You got that J-pole walking and talking, I got down.
Yeah, and that's just the Thunder amp, John.
Oh, dear, nationwide good news. You got that J-pole walking and talking, I got down.
Hey, Big John, and that's just the Thunder amp on that end, no doubt about it, man. That's just the Thunder amp on that cotton picking end. I guarantee you that. Hey, Big Bad John, what's really going on out there on the coast with you today, man? How's the sweet thing doing? How's the rest of the folks out there on that 1,000-acre ranch going on out that way there? Go ahead.
Oh, don't I wish it was 1,000 acres. No, I got enough to take care of, which is 20 acres, so I guarantee tell you. Sweet Thing's doing good. I'm doing good. Dog's doing good. Ranch is doing good. Got some new grass going in. Starting to all come up. It's about, I don't know, 1.5 inches tall and pretty even. Got a couple spots I got to reseed, and don't know why it got a little bit thin in a couple spots. I might have either over-raked it, maybe moved stuff around too much, or maybe the water landed too heavy and spread the seeds away. Anyway, I don't know. Got to work on that. I got a couple little, about 8-foot diameter sections, 2 of them that I got to get figured out. And hey, your playback, by the way, your playback doesn't have any bass in it. Again, you fixed it for a little while. I don't know what you did, but now the playback doesn't have any more bass in it. You got a lot of bass in your audio. You got bass in the transmit, but there's no bass in the playback to break. What causes that on the Hermes light?
I don't know, man. I really could not tell you. And I did, I forgot what they call that, an update. I got some updates that had to happen with the computer, man, and had to restart it. And when I restarted it, I started hearing my voice coming through the speakers, man. So I can't even tell you. Hey, John, I don't even know, man. I ain't changed no settings over here. I ain't done nothing with this thing, man. And I tell you, I think it's AI. I think it's AI empowered. There, go ahead.
You know, I don't know that AI stuff is all that good. You know, I think we need to go back up a little bit here. I think we need to back up in technology just a little bit. I think that AI might be problematic, but yeah, something going on. It changes and upgrades and updates. I don't trust any of them. You know, whenever Windows has an update, man, I cringe. You know, I wonder what the next thing is that's going to stop working the way it's supposed to be working to break.
Hey, hello, good morning, I don't trust any of them, you know. Whenever Windows has an update, man, I cringe. You know, I wonder what the next thing is. Shit is taking the time off to where's your hand, no doubt. Hello, Big Bud, Mr. California, this little baby.
All right, John, okay. I I see it's starting to get a little crowded out there right now. There, 410.
Oh, yeah, I see Mr. California come to join the party. I see Mr. California's up in there, so very good. Good stuff, all right. I tell you what, that's better than... Oh, I'm not looking at you. Hey, good news. I'm looking so far down south, practically looking in Mexico. Let me put this where you can get it a little bit more better. I got to slow my rotor down. I got the rotor on rabbit speed here. It's overshooting where I want to go. I get the rotor in rabbit mode. And nationwide good news. Let me put that right there about where you can get it. That ought to get the job done to break.
I know one thing, you walk the White Bandit, because I hear you all the way up at the Great Lakes.
Wait, how do you have me all the way up in the Great Lakes? Yeah, this antenna's got a pretty good swath. A6. Let me take a peek over there real fast. We'll see if this makes any difference. I'll come back up a little bit more toward the Great Lakes. See what that does for you. And I'll put a little bit more up there around your stack of bricks. So break.
Oh, 809-411, go. No, I just put it in
I didn't change at all, man. I got the exact same signal.
And I'm going to get them boys away. While I'm running a low side, I'm going to get them boys away.
And nationwide good news. Yes, so you got the same signal on me. I pointed my antenna up into the Great Lakes. And you got the same signal on me. Let me turn my audio down here a little bit. I got too much audio hitting the processor. Here, let me turn that audio down a little bit. Let me turn this audio up a little bit more. Kind of like that. Wait, where is it? Maybe not there. Maybe over here. I'll turn it up like that right there somewhere. Somewhere in here I got a place I can turn it up a little bit more. Yeah, you say I got the same signal hitting you this way as I did before. That's a trip and a half there. And I moved the antenna quite a bit. Nationwide, good news. Motormouth Mall stepping. One fat watt at a time. Let me turn this down now again here. A little test, 1, 2. I'll turn this way down here. Nationwide, good news. I know you got a lot going on over there. I'm going to try to get up in there with just a little bit less audio and a little bit more drive. I got down break.
Check. Audio, radio. California, boy, y'all coming to Mobile. You still on the 4 p.m.? You still on the 4 p.m. break?
Taking control of my radio on that, couldn't take it in. So I'm going to say top of the good day to you, John.
I thought so. I thought you did something.
All right there, Kyle. Sounds good. Have a great day over there around your neck of the woods and enjoy to its fullest. We will catch you a little bit later on as Mother Nature gets a little bit straighter and does what she does out here in the world of sound. Nationwide, good news. Motormouth Mall working the small ball peen hammer. One fat watt at a time. Let me turn this monitor down. I got down right there, break.
Boy, y'all coming to Mobile, South Carolina, rocking.
Hello. Audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio 1.
It's all about the audio. All about the audio. No doubt about that. Motormouth Mall cruising. One fat watt at a time. I got down, break.
Yes. Here I am, likewise. North Carolina, we trying to get that Motormouth Mall. 438, Central North Carolina.
I hear you around North Carolina while you're rolling up in there. Hey, I can definitely hear you doing your thing out there around North Carolina. Ain't no doubt about that. Radio station, Motormouth Mall waving and looking around North Carolina. See if I can't roll up in there a time or two. Make a little bit of noise from time to time. Motormouth Mall cruising, break up.
Man, you're clearing the way here. North Carolina. 24 hours working. 438, Central North Carolina.
I'm pleased to know it's working. I'm pleased to see Mother Nature finally coming around to our way of thinking this morning. It's been pretty dead out here to break Motormouth Mall cruising.
Hey, Mr. California, I don't think you heard me, man. He said he was looking down around that Carolina, and I'm on the north side, so. Because you wanted me to tell Motormouth Mall good morning. Put on your radio, Mr. California, 411 and move.
Hey, 411, I got the 5. Hey, 411, I got the 5. Tell 809, good morning, Tom. Well, he's got that great big hammer down in the world of sound. 411, Maryland. If you got any kind of a grip on my lip, Motormouth Mall cruising break.
Yeah, he said I got the 5, 411. That wouldn't say it on it either. Good afternoon, Motormouth Mall. Rough Riders, Mobile gone.
Hey, Rough Rider and the Mobile. I got you all up in there. Ain't no doubt about that. You got that hammer down. Hey, Rough Rider, good to hear you up in there. 411, I did get the 5. Appreciate that. And I hope you guys have a good day out there in the world of sound. Hey, Rough Rider, check this out one time.
Rough Riders, Mobile gone.
There you go, Rough Rider. While you're up in there, Motormouth Mall working the small ball peen hammer. Step and break.
Up here in the Carolinas, killed his Mobile. 5 Motormouth Mall, Rough Riders, gone.
East Burger.
410. Well, I got Rough Rider up in there. I got Nationwide Good News up in there. A whole lot of great big old hammers all up in there at the same time. I got a lot going on over here. Motormouth Mall working the small ball peen hammer. Let me turn that asymmetry down. I don't think I need all that up in there. There's a whole lot of asymmetry that's putting a pretty good workload on the power supply. Let me get my knees up in the breeze. Motormouth Mall cruising. Break up.
Motormouth Mall, he's just getting big Mobile up out here. Bye, my friend. Motormouth Mall, Rough Riders, and I'm gone.
Hey, Rough Rider, I heard the horn, too. Hey, Rough Rider, I heard the horn. Hey, Rough Rider, check it out.
Big Mobile up out here. Bye, my friend. Come on.
Hey, Rough Rider, you got that Mobile walking and talking. I got down break.
Oh, damn. When you say that, you know what I'm squeezing there. Motormouth Mall, 002, 6 mile west.
002, I heard you, and I heard the other station say, hey, don't tell him that. You're going to swallow his head up. I heard that, I did.
Yeah.
Right there, Motormouth Mall, 002, Snowman in the sand pile. I'm waving.
002, Snowman in the sand pile. Well, you out there doing your thing out there in the world of sound. You got a hammer down over here, I guarantee tell you. Snowman in the sand pile. If you got any kind of a copy, Motormouth Mall waving. By the way, I got a quick playback for you. Check this out one time.
Right there, Motormouth Mall, 002, Snowman in the sand pile. I'm waving.
There you go, 002, Snowman, Motormouth Mall cruising. I got down.
Hey, Motormouth Mall, tell me ain't no snow down there. Ain't no snow in the sand pile. Hey, Motormouth Mall, it's a pretty fly. Tell me don't snow in the sand pile. Motormouth Mall, Rough Riders, go.
Rough Rider, you said there ain't no snow in the sand pile. Hey, Rough Rider, you said there ain't no snow in the sand pile. Hello, Rough Rider, I heard you. I did break.
Oh, dear. I'm going to get Motormouth Mall. Let me get him out of here. The snowman's out there.
Nah, I said, all I was telling you, John, was Snowman ain't gonna last long in Florida. The conditions are not favorable for snow down here in Florida, man, so he ain't gonna last that long. Hey, Big John, these 5 elements looking at you on the flat side. 410.
Ooh, I see you switched. I can tell you switched him to those 5-element flat side looking my way, and you said this snowman's going to have a hard time over there. The weather ain't too conducive to that of a snowman. Ain't no doubt about that. Hey, Kyle, you got them 5 elements working over here, looking off the pile, coming around my stack of bricks in fine style. That's for doggone sure. Hey, Kyle, on the pile, Motormouth Mall, working a small ball peen hammer. By the way, I got a reversal here. I want to do a hello. Okay, that way sounds one way, hello, and that's the other way. This way here, hello, that's the right way. That one has less negative peaks. All right, hey, hello to you one more time, Kyle, on the pile while you get that ball down radio station. Motormouth Mall working a small ball peen hammer. Got down right to break.
Yes, sir, smoking too, man. Guarantee told you that. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right. I'm going to bag up out of here and put this one on the quiet side. Keep that hammer down. Both of these meters on here. I got the receive and the transmit going. So I get to see all of what's really happening out here on this lower side of this band where I'm doing the transmitting. Hey, Big Bad John, we'll catch you later. The old 4-pill Thunder Amp is clear.
410. By the way, when you take a look at your waveform there on the SDR display, and you see the energy in the bottom end there peaking up near the carrier, and then there's a little bit of a drop off, and there's some peaks up in the mids on my signal. When you play that back, see if that's still there on yours. See if that shows up or see if it drops out. It'd be interesting to see. And by the way, in the meantime, in between them, I'm going to put some more audio density up in here. Oop, that doesn't work so good, does it? Okay, that brings in some weird background artifacts. We don't want the background artifacts. Hello to you nationwide. Good news. You got that all down. By the way, I think I got let me just double check my playback. I'll make sure this works for you.
Yes, sir, smoking too, man. Guarantee told you that. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right. I'm going to bag up out of here and put this one on the quiet side. Keep the hammer down. Both of these meters on here. I got the receive and the transmit going. So I get to see all of what's really happening out here on this lower side of this band where I'm doing the transmitting. Hey, Big Bad John, we'll catch you later. The old 4-pill Thunder Amp is clear.
Ooh, that 4-pill Thunder Amp is rocking and rolling. I tell you what, impressive. Ain't no doubt about that. And you know, that's a no slouch, no grief station. You know, you get a 4-pill Thunder Amp on a 5-element flat side. It's about all anybody really needs out here, Brink.
One of these days, I'm going to become a big boy.
Well, it sounded like it was a little pressure in the background, so I'm going to step down on this 55 right quick. I'm going to step down on that 55 right quick and get me about 5 bushels out there and kind of hold her steady on that cotton picking end. Hey, Big Bad John, if you still got a copy, I'm right back. Come on.
Wow. Well, yeah, you could always put a few more bushels in there like that, and that puts you up in there all by yourself. You said you could hear there was a little bit of pressure up in there, but check this out.
I'm gonna step down on that 55 right quick and get me about 5 bushels out there and kind of hold her steady on that cotton picking end. Hey, Big Bad John, if you still got a copy, I'm right back. Come on.
I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea, a little bit of an insight as to the devastation you placing across my station today.
Thank you, my brother. I sure appreciate it. I cut the compressor off too, man. Hopefully that mellowed it out a little bit. Sure did. Yes, sir. That put a great big old grin on my chin. Hold on one second. Let me send it back to you one more time again.
And by the way, in the meantime, in between them, I'm going to put some more audio density up in here. Oops, that doesn't work so good, does it? Okay, that brings in some weird background artifacts. We don't want the background artifacts. Oh, to you nationwide, good news. You got that all down. By the way, I think I got a that's a no slouch, no grease station. You know, you get a 4-pill Thunder amp on a 5-element flat side. That's about all anybody really needs out here, Frank.
Well, it sounded like there was a little pressure in the background, so I'm going to step down on this 55 right quick. I'm going to step down on that 55 right quick and get me about 5 bushels out there and kind of hold her steady on that cotton picking end. Hey, Big Bad John, if you still got a copy, I'm right back. Come on.
In there like that, and that puts you up in there all by yourself. You said you could hear there was a little bit of pressure up in there, but check this out.
I'm going to step out. Cover low 2.
Now that was very interesting. The playback of your audio, when you said you were going to put 5 bushels up in there and hold that up in there a little bit there like that, your audio had all the bass in it that it had originally. But the playback of my audio, only my audio, not your audio, so the playback of my audio was missing the bass. Your playback didn't miss the bass. So how does that work? That means that whatever is doing the recording has got either an EQ on it or a low frequency limitation on it somewhere. But it's only on the receive, not on your transmit. So your station has the bandwidth. Your recording has the bandwidth of you and the ability to play it back, but the recording is missing the bottom end. So only the part of that has to do with recording anybody is either got a roll-off or an EQ or something going on the bottom end. There's got to be an EQ on the receive. You have a receive EQ on that thing?
Oh, yes, sir. Sure do. Yes, sir, and it's active, too, there, Roger.
That might be it. The receive EQ must be rolling off the bottom end.
Shut it off. Give me something, and I'll play it back for you right quick.
All right, sounds good. Here comes our test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You turned off the receive EQ, and we'll see what happens when you play that back. There's plenty of bottom end in the audio, so we should see it. Here comes our test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You turned off the receive EQ, and we'll see what happens when you play that back. There's plenty of bottom end in the audio, so we should see it. Nope, bass is still gone. And the bass on the playback of my audio is gone, but your audio wasn't gone, so I'm not sure how that, where that is. Anyway, yeah, there's still something you got to look at it. But you know who figured that out and who got the? I'm sure it's the same because the software is pretty much the same. But Danielson in Tucson, I haven't heard him out here in a months of Sundays, actually a long time. But he had that same thing going on where his playbacks were missing the bottom end, and he found something in the software that he was able to click or fix, and then it brought the bottom end back up in there on the playback, so what came in went out. But I know you'll figure it out anyway, but I think it's important to realize that your transmit audio, when you play back what you recorded on the transmit, your outgoing audio to me, generated by you, that sounded, bassy and full and rich. But just to record the playback of the recording didn't. So, interesting. Anyway, this is all constructive. No negative criticism whatsoever. Just well, this is the hobby they're breaking.
Hey, Motor Mouth Mall, 134. Motor Mouth Mall, 134. I'll be in the waiting room. Hey, Motor Mouth Mall.
I'm going to go back and listen and see where Mother Nature's going to land at.
Hey, Bad John, I'm on the side.
All right, sounds good there, Kyle. We'll get you back in a little bit. We'll see what Mother Nature does, and yeah. So the question will be: is it being recorded narrow and then played back the way it's being recorded, or is it being recorded wide and played back narrow? So that would be the question, I guess. All right, we'll catch you back a little bit later on. Nationwide, good news. You got that mall down. I heard a 134, I believe, calling me too out there. And the Mother Nature dipping and dabbing and flipping and flopping. Motormouth Mall working the small ball peen hammer, stepping right there, right now, break.
Hey, Motormouth Mall. You fell with your conversation.
134, that ground plane is working to break.
Hey, 10-4, Motormouth. 10-4, Mr. Motormouth Mall. I ain't running nothing but about 1,000 bird on the ground plane right now. I just wanted to wave a hand, let you know.
Yeah, ain't nobody back there now. You all by yourself, man. Mother Nature.
1,000 birds is a lot of birds. 1,000 is a lot there, break. Ain't no doubt about that. That's a whole heap, a lot of birds. Well, they're working good for you.
For Motormouth Mall. Well, I'm only putting about 50 watts of drive into this 3CX 5000 right now, just cruising there, Roger.
Roger. Well, you certainly have more to go if you want to put more up in there. It looks like you got all kinds of headroom, so that's a good thing. Ain't no doubt about that. I think a 5,000 would do 10,000 watt peak, so you can get that up to about 2,500 watts and still make 100% modulation there, break.
I just say, you know that icon, you got to put that kind of guy in and all that kind of stuff, too.
Good news. Good, that's a playback. Hold on.
410, Bob Marley, have a super fine one. You holler at 0241, you tell myself what's up, also I'm going to pull this thing on and get in the listening side. Hey, Big Bad Bob Marley on the coast, good news on the pile, I'm out.
I got the 5. Hey, good news. I got the 5 over there. I heard it. Tell him I said hello right back over there. Hope he has a good week over there around Bakersfield. Radio station, Motormouth Mall, working a small bad ball peen hammer. Big Bad John.
Big Bad John.
Got down. Break it.
In there. Short out on that pile. Hey, good news. Should we do it again? You did away with friendly hands. Dumb fucking 241, no doubt about it. Hey, good news. Me and these almighty ninjas is gone.
410, while you're working them almighty ninjas, I'm pulling straight back.
He's got them ninjas working, too. I can hear him. I can hear it. It looks good. Ain't no doubt about that. Take care of good news. Tell Bob Marley I did say hello right back. I got down right there breaking.
Hey, Motormouth, 63 Motormouth Mall said hello right back to you. Hey, Bob Marley. Hey, Bob Marley. Old Motormouth Mall said hello. I'm pulling out.
410. You can put it on the gate for him. You can put it on the gate. Hello, 63. Old Motormouth Mall waving. I got down right there, breaker.
Hey, 63, push around. But then I said, no. That was a funny fire. Push around, 63. 32 fire. Said that was a funny wave. Funny wave, man, no doubt about it. You waving the good news. You waving the fire side. That time, no doubt about it. You said no. Hey, 63, that was a funny wave. Boy, you waved the really.
I'm going to rock these sign piles. I'm going to go on and shake this dust up on the sign pile. You tell that cotton big I said, yes. Hey, Big Bob Marley, I'm getting down.
Hello, Big Bad John, Mr. 45, Spider Box, Wisconsin. All right, Big Bad.
Hey, Spider Box up there around Wisconsin. I got Chip in there. Let me turn the house up there around Wisconsin a little bit more better. Hey, Spider Box, I got you. 45, Motormouth Mall waving right there, right now. Let's go. Break.
Is this a little low on frequency? It's about KC, almost a KC low on frequency there, 410. hello to you, Mr. California. Yeah, it's just a little off. Conditions kind of crazy, man. One minute somebody's in here, and the next minute they ain't on that cutting picking in. Like right now, I got you at 30 pounds in here, and you're sounding good on that end, but who knows what the next key, man? Hey, Mr. California, Breaker.
Yeah, who knows what the next key is going to do? In Nationwide Good News, you never know what the next key is going to bring, Breaker.
Tenfold. You on that Yeezu? You on that Yeezu, Mr. California?
Switch, you better watch out. Hey, California, 32 miles. A little man.
I hope he's got the big box on that Yeezu. He's going to need it.
410. Yes, sir. That cotton pig got a devastating hammer down. It sure do. That cotton pig is smoking there, are ya?
Oh, 32 getting out of the way. I'm wrong.
No strain, no pain. Sound like a winner. Appreciate your waving, taking time out your busy schedule. I know your time means money on that cutting picking in, and every time you spike that mic, you kind of holding progress back for somebody that might be on that workbench. Hey, Mr. California, I'm getting down.
Now, he long with it. Take care, California. Let's do it. Oh, 32 miles, say good. 17 Funky Monkey, Central Florida Sandpile.
Hey, 233, 134. 233 or 134, ease it up in your radio.
134, you still got that maul down. Hey, 134, you still got that hammer down out there. Ain't no doubt about that. 134, if you got a grip. Motor Mouth Mall cruising, I'm out.
Yeah, for a Motor Mouth.
Hey, Mall. Hey, Motor Mouth Mall. Your friend in Georgia waving.
Hey, what's going on there, Break? Looking around Georgia, and you got that hammer down in the world of sound. I am looking right in Georgia, too, to Break.
Hey, 10 for a Motor Mouth Mall. I gotta get me something with some better audio, man. This Yakima might not cut it on the audio, but it does have a hammer.
Roger. On the audio, need a little bit more audio, and it's got a hammer. Ain't no doubt about that. Well, you're working the Yakima over there. We're working with somebody Cobra 29LX over here to Break. Ain't got a whole lot of RF, but it's got a little bit of audio to Break.
Oh, Roger, Motor Mouth
Mall. Hey, Motor Mouth Mall. You might not have a whole lot of RF, but you got a whole lot of dBs in the bottom of Georgia. My good friend, Mr. Motor Mouth Mall, Stump Knocker waving.
134.
Well, I went and turned off the the driver, because it's super high Q and it was tuned for the bowl. But when I turn off the driver, I get a few more peas in the pot over here on this one. So went and turned off the driver. Now I got more output. Go figure. You know how that could go. Motor Mouth Mall working a small ball peen hammer, looking around Georgia. Break off.
Hey, Motor Mouth Mall. I don't know if you got a sloppy copy on me or not, but Motor Mouth Mall, your friend, Stump Knocker waving.
Oh, I got all, indeed, it's all you, Stump Knocker. Ain't nobody else up in there. I mean, there might be somebody else up in there, but hey, Stump Knocker, you're the one coming up in the top of the doggone stack. That's for doggone sure. Hey, Stump Knocker, Motor Mouth Mall working a small ball peen hammer, step and break.
Hey, Roger, I just wanted to tell you something. You know how satisfied I am with this. But I'm gonna tell you what, I seen a video of somebody that just got one of them 8-element Jogoons, and the way that thing's put together, man, I was impressed. I mean, that thing is built like a tank.
410, yeah, it's a good antenna. They make a good antenna over there, and that Super Audio 8 or whatever, I think is with the Super Audio 8, even the Super Audio 6s do a real real good job. Ain't no doubt about that. But yeah, ain't no slouch. It would be interesting to compare. So you might want to pull one. Might want to get one just to see what it does to break.
Hey, 10-4, I ain't expecting it to out-talk mine, but I guarantee it outlast mine. I mean, the way that thing is built, man, it's just, it's a tough. And this thing here, I wish to God I would have done things differently. But on that 2-inch boom, 47 foot, man, that thing looks like a wet noodle up there, even with the tie straps on it.
10-4. Well, you could make that 2-inch work real good, you know, with Filostrand, plenty of it, you know. We're talking like two or so to the front on the top, 2 or so to the back, 2 on either side, 2 on the bottom, you know, 1 forward and backward. So 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom, 4 on each side, and get them all lined up that way. That should be super solid. I mean, you could go. I use 3-inch boom to go to a 117 foot. So I know you can use 2-inch boom to go 50 foot to break. Anyway, yeah, that should be solid. But yeah, I know them Joe guns are built like tanks to break.
If I did decide to pull the trigger on one, I just didn't want you to think it had anything to do with this antenna as far as performance, because I don't think it out-talk mine. It probably talk as good as mine, but I don't think it out-talk mine.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think as far as, you know, performance goes, talking is probably about the same. But, you know, I definitely think it's a stout antenna, so you wouldn't hurt my feelings none if you went over to it. But from the longevity point of view, but I don't think it'll out-talk it, that's for sure. I don't think mine will out-talk it either. You know, I think mine's pretty decent. And once you start getting down to, you know, even if there was a dB difference, you're not going to see it. You know, you're not going to notice it. So, but it could feel good to have, you know, 1 more dB or something like that. But to get that dB, you're going to have a sacrifice somewhere, bandwidth or something there, break.
He also said, them 8s was tested with the exact gamma I got, the one from Bill Kerr, with that Wi-Fi. He said that's the exact same gamma that the things was tested with. So that's I got the right gamma for it.
410, are we splitting frequencies? I'm listening to you on 27.295 and transmitting on 27.285. You might have bumped your transmit knob a little bit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's the same gamma and all that, but remember the tuning point. You know, the thing about the gamma, it's nice to have a variable capacitor, and I think that's all really cool, but when you change your tuning on a gamma, you've got to change both the tap point on the element, you know, the slider up on the gamma rod, and also the cap. The gamma rod selects the 50 ohm point on the antenna, and the cap tunes out the inductive reactance of the gamma rod. So the two work hand in hand. You really can't go from one end of the band to the other with just a vacuum cap and any kind of remote controller to operate it. You got to have both the ability to move the vacuum cap and the tap point, which is what I did on my 4-element vertical that is currently not up in operation yet. It's on the tower finally, but I don't have any coax on it, and I haven't tuned it yet. But yeah, you got to have both. You got to slide both. But so depending on where the tap was when it was tested, or where the tap is when you tested, we put yours together, things could be a little bit different. So just because the gamma might be the same doesn't mean the tuning is exactly the same to break.
Copy 233, old plug with the wave. Roger, good day, good day.
Gamma set at, and I don't have a clue, but I'm guessing you know what he's talking about, and Bill surely should know whatever it's set at. But I ain't been able to use the Wi-Fi yet, because I can't figure out how to download the that dang thing on my phone. I was hearing you on 29, and I guess I bumped the receiver on this 955, and I got that hi-fi transmit and receive on there, so I was getting Bleedo. You know, I get the other channel pretty easy. I was listening to you on 29.
Oh, that's pretty funny. yeah, I've got a little bit, I got a little bit near the edges there, so if you're on 29 and you got that thing set at, you know, anything more than 2.5 or 3 kcs wide, you're going to hear my signal pretty good on 29. So yeah, what a trip. Well, anyway, yeah, you got that thing working good, and I'm sure that once you get that thing tuned up, and you give it a little bit of talk time and switch over to that what you call Joe gun, and put that same tuner on it, it'll probably work just as good. I think you'll like it.
It's nasty.
Yeah, 10-4. As far as that Wi-Fi, I believe the only way that'll help me now is it'll help me on my feedback. I'm getting about 50 watts reflect on about 12,000 birds. I'm getting about 50 watts reflect. I believe if I had that Wi-Fi tune, I could get that a lot lower.
Oh, I'm sure you could probably dial it in, yeah, as low as you can go with the tap point where it is. You know, it's hard to say. I mean, you could have it to where the cap is perfect, and you got to move the slider, you know, a 1/8 of an inch or a 1/16 of an inch, one way or the other, to be able to utilize the tuning better. It's a series inductor, and even though you don't see a coil, that rod, the gamma rod, is an inductor, so it's a series inductor and capacitor, which is, you know, locating the 50 ohm point on the element. So you get, you know, the capacitor moves and it's variable, but that doesn't mean that you're going to find a sweet spot automatically. You can, but it doesn't mean that you will.
Oh, absolutely. Man, that is my goal in life, to build an antenna, and the first time you go to adjust it, the tuning, you know, it'd be set right the first time. What are the chances of that happening?
Not very often, that's for sure. Not very often at all.
That's like a library blowing up, and all the pages will fall down and form one book that makes sense.
Exactly. And the other thing with a broadband tuner is, you know, you still have to worry about the antenna itself. You know, if the antenna without a matching network is narrow, let's say it's favoring channel 28, and you want to go to the bowl, you know, there's still going to be a situation with the fact that the antenna is maybe it's not happy at all in the bowl. So, you know, you don't have just a simple conjugate value of reactance, capacitive reactance to tune out or something like that. So it could be kind of weird. So it's hard to get both. So if you design the antenna as close as you can to a broadband antenna, and then use your matching network to go from one end to the other. But to get a broadband antenna design, you have to sacrifice. You got to sacrifice dB gain, and it could be as much as 2 dB that you got to sacrifice, and that's a lot to have that luxury to bring.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's one thing I love about this antenna. It's so broadbanded. You know, I can just jump right down there in the bowl. I ain't got to do nothing. I mean, I got it tuned for channel 17 right in the middle. So, yeah, I'm sure that Joe gun ain't gonna be tuned like this one.
Oh yeah, yep, exactly. Oh well, anyway, I'm gonna get back on the side, read the mail, and I think I might have heard something else roll up on my radio too. You were way up on top of the stack, but let me see what else is popping up in there, and I'll get back on the side, read the mail. I don't want to tie this one up too much. Hey, Stump Knocker, well, you got that mall down in a wonderful world of sound. Radio station Motormouth Mall cruising. Break up.
Motormouth, I appreciate you having the conversation with me and giving me the info. I'm going to get back out of here and let this channel roll. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
410. Bye. Yeah, I'm sure you'll do good either which way you go. You no doubt about that. And a 460, I like that idea. And it would be really interesting to see how small of an actuator one could get to stuff inside the elements like that. That would be too cool.
My wife looked out the door to see if anybody's out there, and she darted out and took off. Yeah, I knew that was a good dog. Hey, that's why they...
We don't hear him right now. It's sounding choice on the pile there, baby.
Wow, I hear Sparkplug. Hey, Sparkplug, you got that mall down breaker.
Radio cut off.
I'm so happy when you come back.
Tell Sparkplug I said hello.
Yeah.
Hey, Stump Knocker, I'll tell him.
He fart in the next room, that's for sure. But you got it going on, Rascal, sounding good. Sounding good and on the pile. Sparkplug in Tampa with that wave break.
Hey, Sparkplug, by the way, Stump Knocker said to say hello to you, the break.
All right, Ridge Runner, you take care, bud. 73s to you. Have a good day. We'll see you. Bye. Motormouth, I heard you out there, Rascal. Hey, Big Bad John, I'm waving right back.
10-4-10, big wave your way, and good to hear you up in there. Tell Ridge Runner I said hello over there next time you hear him up in there. Appreciate that. And Stump Knocker was waving 4 friendly fingers and a thumb your way as well. Hello to you, Sparkplug. On Tampa, Motormouth Mall working a small ball waving break.
Said it all. You said it all. Tell old Stump I said a big hello right back. Appreciate you rolling the 5 for me. Hey, Big John, have a good one, old Sparkplug, with that wave stepping good.
410, Sparkplug. Well, I'm going to roll it this way. Stump Knocker, Sparkplug did say to say hello right back to you, but he did it kind of like this. Let me see if I can roll it back there to you so you can hear exactly what he said. Here it comes. So where's the Sparkplug? Here he is.
Oh, you said it all. Tell old Stump I said a big hello right back. Appreciate you rolling the 5 for me. Hey, Big John, have a good one, old Sparkplug, with that wave stepping.
There you go, and I rolled that 5 and kept it all the way alive. Break up.
Hey, you did.
Appreciate it, Motormouth.
You did a real good job.
410, he says he appreciates it too.
410, all right, John, take care, 73s. Enjoy the DX, so plug with the wave back wide.
This plug sounds good. We'll catch you back in a little bit. I'm going to get back on the side, read the mail, kind of sort of see what Mother Nature does out here in a wonderful world of sound. A Sparkplug. Have a good day, and we'll catch you another time, another way. And Stump Knocker, we'll catch you back a little bit later on, too. Radio station Motormouth Mall working a small ball peen hammer. Walked on through.
And that's Big Bad John Roger. We'll see you. Bye.
410. Bye.
Hey, Motormouth Mall. Hey, Motormouth Mall, 13 in the Mobile, Wyoming.
Hey, 13 up there in the Mobile out there around Wyoming. Let me take a peek up there around your neck of the woods. Hey, 13, good to see you up in there. Well, you got that thing walking and talking coming out of Wyoming. Hey, 13, Motormouth Mall waving. Hope everything's all well and slow around your stack of bricks or break. 13, Wyoming Motormouth Mall working the small ball peen mall, looking, waving, and stepping. Breaker.
Motormouth Mall, 13. Freddie, and I just tried to go on.
Listen there, Freddie. Well, I'll tell you what, I had a better grip on you when I was looking down south. Hey, Freddie, I guess Mother Nature might be moving around a little bit there, break.
Hey, Motormouth Mall. Take the standby off the standby. Mr. Motormouth Mall.
Hey, Motormouth, you still out there?
Oh, yeah, I'm still here.
What kind of beam was Stump Knocker talking about? What's he got going on over there?
It's not the same antenna I'm talking on right now. It's one of the Motormouth Mall designed things is what he's talking on, but he's thinking about trying out one of those joke gun Joe Gunn Super Audio 8s, I think it is.
Hey, Roger, on the big audio series, yeah, that thing's 36 feet long, big old monster.
Roger, yeah, he's on one of mine, which is 47.87 foot, just shy of 50 foot right now, and 7 elements. So, yeah, the Super Audio 8s, I think are about the same length as the Gizmachis. They're pretty close to the same length. Shorter boom, so more elements on a shorter boom, probably a little bit better control over bandwidth. But overall gain difference, probably a little less. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Hey, Motormouth Mall, Wolf Waving. They got a hell of a multiplication factor, I do know that. The 7 element Super Audio.
WOLF in Florida waving.
Factor 21 gain. Yeah, the numbers are high, brother.
410, yep, very cool. Well, it'd be interesting to see how that works out for him. Hello, Wolf, I hear you up in there too. WOLFF radio station, Motormouth Mall waving, and plug over there. WPLG. Anyway, you both got that hammer down out there on the world of sound, and yeah, I know the gain multiplication numbers, is pretty good on them things, and. Anyway, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I'd like to see somebody put up another antenna back to back, but it's I know I've seen people do quad tests back to back, and that's kind of unfair because quads will exhibit a lower takeoff angle at a lower height above the ground. So when you put a quad at 36 feet, of course it's going to outperform a Yagi at 36 feet. But if you get the Yagi up high enough to get the takeoff angle equal to the quad, then it's a wash. People say, oh, the quad's better. It did better. Well, yeah, it did better because it's got a lower takeoff angle. But, and then they say, oh, the Yagi's up higher, now it's working as good as the quad. The Yagi's not as good. No, the takeoff angle is what it's about. So you got to compare apples and apples and oranges and oranges. And the apples and the apples isn't the height. It's the takeoff angle they're breaking.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. Them quads still work real well. I got a friend of mine's got a 4-element quad. Another friend, Needle Bender 777's got that Monster 8, and that thing works great.
Oh, heck yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, all right, John, I appreciate the bump back. And all that, I'm running the Super Audio 7 series right now, the one I was telling you about. Flat side only. It definitely controls the bandwidth, got a narrow front door, awesome side rejection. I can turn anybody out of my radio. Totally different than what I had. I had the Cross series, now I only got a flat side only, and it's a world of difference. It does good for what it is. I do miss the vertical, though, I gotta tell you, with my locals and whatnot. Damn, flat side is, when it's a flat side only, yeah, man, it's a whole different ballgame.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I plan on doing some experimentation again here when I get the other tower up. I got a couple ideas I want to try, and this time I want to try them a little bit more systematically. But I want to play with the vertical a little bit more. I've got one vertical antenna on this tower that I haven't got tuned up yet or fed with coax or anything. It's just up there. I got it up and then I left it there and kind of forgot about it. But I want to play with that one. But on the new tower, I'm going to play games with other antennas and try to learn a little bit more, and try to make fair comparisons and that kind of thing. Anyway, down the road. I can't wait, but that Super Audio 7 flat is working for you real good, and you always come up in here in fine fashion, and like you say, you can turn that thing around and reject stations, and that's more important. In some cases, that's more important than gain. It's everyone thinks about antenna, they think about gain, power. They get all power hungry, and that's all well and good, but an antenna it's a tool. You got to be able to use it to get rid of competition, not just get yourself into the mix. It's a tool. So, yeah, it sounds like that one's got a lot of selectivity and the ability to be used as a tool there, Brake.
It does. Very, very narrow front door. I had the 5x5 cross series, and it had a pretty wide spread wherever I pointed. This one, pretty narrow. Pretty much whoever I'm pointing at, what I'm hearing. I did shootouts with my locals, and anyone I pointed at won the shootout. So it wasn't fair. I didn't have a ground plane. I said, it's going to work like that on anyone, because they were all spread out. And they were all hammering down, you know. So, yeah, it's amazing. Real good antenna, but I'll tell you, I do miss the vertical side. If the Hurricane takes this one down, I'll probably go 6-element cross series. I do miss both worlds. And I'm not putting up a ground plane. No sirree, buddy. I'm done with it. I had to do a complete tower from the concrete off the whole 9 yards. So, yeah. But anyway, hey, Big John, have a good one. 73s to you, my friend. Sounding good as always. And I'm going to blow routes, by the way. I got 400 swinging 16. 4-time security right there.
Damn. 410, awesome. Oh, definitely good to put the speak and spoke upon you. And yeah, I would probably, if you did have that opportunity, you know, if it came back that you had to make a change, to have the vertical option would be awesome. And you know, that's one of the arguments that I like. You know, on the ham bands, you know, the hams love to stack antennas. You know, and they got 2 or 3 stacked or 4 stacked antennas, one on top of the other, and you can band switch, you know, or you can phase them to get your takeoff angles to vary and all that stuff. But the problem with stacking, let's say you had 2 of them and you wanted to get your 3 dB, and it's all well and good, but you stack them one on top of the other, and it squishes the pattern and makes the pattern wider. It squishes it, it cuts off your upper takeoff angles and your lower, and it squishes it, flattens it out, and broadens it out. Well, that's great for contesting and trying to make a lot of contacts in a lot of different directions all at the same time. But if you're, you know, if you're trying to make a contact to here and a contact 90 degrees over there and this, you don't really have to move much. You get it all up in there, and you get your 3 dB, no doubt about it. But you know, for what we're doing, oftentimes we're looking to go point to point. We want to get that bandwidth narrower. And so that's why my argument is always to stack the antennas side by side, not one on top of the other. You know, you put 2 antennas side by side, you get your 3 dB, but you squish the pattern left to right, and you make it more pinpoint. And then you pick up, for free, you pick up all these little small lobes going up vertically, which means if the takeoff angle requirements change because Mother Nature changes, well, you've got something there already for free. You don't have to do anything. Whereas when you give up all those to get the bandwidth and still get your 3 dB, sure, you got 3 dB, but it's no longer directional the way you want it. So, yeah, that's why I like the narrower pattern from the stack side by side as opposed to one on top of the other to break.
Roger, are you got yours stacked or what? Is that a Roger?
No, not yet, but I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about stacking two of these 7s side by side. It's one of the experiments that I want to run, is put 2 of these 7s side by side and see how they do. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that's going to be hard to beat. You know, that's 15.5 dB gain based on QI4. Now people say, oh, 15.5, that ain't nothing. I got an antenna with 25 dB gain. Sure you do. You know how that works. But anyway, 3 dB is a lot. And I think that would work out real good over here.
Hey, 10-4. Man, I remember that monster you built a while back, years back, the big one. Boy, I'll tell you what, that was the deal. Used to key that thing down and you'd be 30, 40 dB on just a hammer. All the way over in the corner. It was unbelievable. But, holy buddy, I know they're hard to maintain, especially when you got storms and whatnot, and a rebuild. It's a pain in the ass, I'm here to tell you. Yeah, one of these days I might just go ground plane, say to hell with everything. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, I'm going to take a break. We're going to go out there on the porch, have a smoke. Hey, John, it's been fun. And you take care, my friend. Always a pleasure. Motormouth Mall, Spark Plug, with that wave stepping. Have a good day, John.
Okay, you two take care of 7-3, and we'll catch you a little bit later on. And no, don't go back to a ground plane. I like hearing you out here. And yeah, that big one that came down in the storm, man, I sure hated to see that. The big one, the biggest one that I ever made, that was so far the biggest one in CB radio history, is the 117-foot long 16 element. That was pretty cool, but it was only 15.7 dB of gain, you know. And the one that came down in the storm was 84-foot long, vertical and horizontal. And the mistake I made on that one, you know, I liked it. It worked out really good. The mistake I made, though, I should have run 2 coaxes up to it so I could do the magical splitting, shifting, or if one or the other and all that in the studio and not up on the tower. So I made it always circular polarization. So it would have been nice to have had the either or both option, which I failed to engineer into it. You know, I was just sort of interested in getting it on the air quick. And the other thing was, when I put that splint on there, you know, I decided that articulating arm that I made for the top of it wasn't going to work so good, so I put a splint up there, and that was all well and good as long as the wind came out of the west. But that temporary splint turned out to be up on there for a year. When the wind came out of the east real hard and blew on that thing, it blew the splint away from the joint, not over the joint. You know, it blew it away from the joint. I should have put a second hose clamp up there. Not a hose clamp, but a U-bolt. No, I should not have made it temporary is what I should have done. But anyway, and when it blew it away from the joint, then it creased the pipe at the bottom U-bolt, and that whole thing came down. And, you know, an object in motion tends to stay in motion, right? So you know how that goes. Anyway, I missed that antenna. That was a good antenna. It was also a cool-looking antenna. It was a monster. But maybe again one day, I don't know, I might revisit it. But I'll definitely run 2 coaxes up there this time, not one if I ever do it again. And, yeah, we'll see. And the other thing is, with the 2 side-by-sides, I think I'm going to bring the coaxes all the way into the shack on it as well. So I could put them, I could go up there with the boom truck, and I can move the antennas from both horizontal to both 45. And then if I did that, then I could lead and lag one or the other and create circular polarization if I wanted to. So anyway, just a thought. All right, catch you later on. A Spark Plug, Motormouth Mall, stepping. I got down. I'll see you. Bye. Bye.
Big John, have a good one.
410. Bye.
Yeah, Plug, I like my quad.
Hey, Tona, breaking.
Nothing wrong with the quad.
Down there, popcorn. Hey, popcorn.
Mall, 33, Florida.
Hey, what's going on over there around Florida where you got that mall down to 33? The Motormouth Mall waving break.
Motormouth Mall, popcorn, good day to you, you know, my friend.
Jersey, called T&D Communications. His handle was Doughboy, his name was Freddie.
Radio Tampa.
I heard T&D Communications, Doughboy, and Freddie. I didn't get the whole thing. What was that, the break?
My son used to deal with you. He was using
when I heard you, Rabbit Ghost, man, said it.
He was doing a lot of that. He used to deal with you a lot. It's about 10, 12 years ago, though.
10 for your son. Oh, right, sure. Okay, very cool, yeah. And is he no longer interested in the radio hobby to break?
No, he's still in radio. He's an amateur, and he's got an Anon, and he's running pure signal and all that stuff real wide and all that. He still does it once in a while.
Very cool. Good deal. All right. Well, I'm glad he didn't give up the hobby. Sorry to hear he went to the dark side. He went to the ham side. Oh, no, that's all good. Ain't no doubt about that. Well, I'll tell you what. you sure sound good out there, by the way. Audio is beautiful. I don't know what you're running, but it sure sounds good.
Yeah, he still runs 11 meters. I'm running a Yaesu FT710.
All right, you're on the Yaesu FT710. Well, I tell you what, that thing sounds clean and clear and beautiful. The audio is smooth, and yeah, you got a whole beautiful thing going on over there with that Yaesu. Check this out.
Yeah, he still runs 11 meters. I'm running a Yaesu FT710.
Go on to Yaesu FT710. I hope that playback did it justice. I think it did. Motormouth Mall with that playback. Breaker.
All right, Motormouth Mall. Thanks a lot there, buddy. You have a great day out there. And I'll catch you again sometime. My handle's Tumbleweed, and my numbers are 33. We'll see you. Bye-bye. 70.
10 for their Tumbleweed, a.k.a. 33. Well, you got that mall down. Keep on doing what you're doing over there, and appreciate the bump down to get back into chit-chat. And they're definitely doing a real good job with the Yaesu FT710. Ain't no doubt about that. Have a super day out there. Enjoy it to its fullest. I guess I got to get some work done over here. It's already noon. I've been out here running this gate and yapping on this radio now for, it looks like the gate says I've been going on 3, no way, I haven't been out here that long. Well, I guess I took a break. 3 hours and 5 minutes. That's what the gate says. 3 hours and 5 minutes. Motormouth Mall waving. Have a good day. I'll see you. Bye. Bye.
73.
73.
That's a hell of a break. 3 hours.
Man in the sandpile.
You know, the problem with the long gates is, you know, if you have a long contact with somebody, that's not a big, issue. But, if you got a 3-hour gate and someone's in there for 10 or 15 or 20 seconds and they want to hear what they're doing over there, now they got to sift through all that gate, 3 hours worth of gate, and try to find themselves. So it's kind of, I guess that's part of why every so often I'll tell somebody how long the gate is, so they know if they want to listen to it later on, they got to at least scroll in 3 hours or whatever it is to get to where they might be. Because otherwise, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. They're break.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't talking about the 3-hour gate. I said the 3-hour break. That's a hell of a break. They're break.
When you're retired, you can take a 3-hour break. Spark plug, we can take the 3-hour breaks or break.
Oh, Tim, well, enjoy your retirement, rascal. All right, I'm going to ease on out of here, Motormouth. Take care, bud. 73s. Have a good day. Sounding choice on the pile as always. We'll see you.
410, you two. I'm going to get out of here. I think I'm going to go ahead and stop this gate too, and then I'll go take care of some stuff over here. And then when I come back, I'll start another one later on. Hey, Spark Plug, always a pleasure with the double measure. Keep on doing what you're doing. You got that audio working. I mean, working. You got that bodacious bass all up around the place. I got you on these headphones. I tried it on the studio speakers. Got the subwoofer on. You're making the subwoofer dance around the floor to break.
Roger, on. If it had a glass of water, it actually vibrated. All right, Ted, good deal. I've seen you do that a time or two, for sure. All right, John, have a good one. I'm going to ease on out. Old Spark Plug, Sam Powell, Radio Back Wild. Good day.
410. That's the Jurassic Park effect. All right, catch you later there. Have a good day. Enjoy it to its fullest. Spark Plug, Motormouth Mall, stepping.
Bye.
Click.
Good day, Motormouth Mall. Ghost Man waving Tampa.
Good day to you there, Ghost Man around Tampa Bay. Have a good day out there. Enjoy it to its fullest. Their break.
Hi, Motormouth Mall. Ghost Man, and I rode my road sword.
410, waving right back. Ghost Man, Motormouth Mall, stepping.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Can anybody hit it?